Today we will talk about the signs of a strong character in people. Hi, you're on the channel Life is Good. Subscribe to the channel to learn about new facts about human psychology and grow with us. 1. They are self-sufficient. They have a clear and developed sense of their own high. They are not codependent, not prone to manipulation or control. They know how to solve their own problems. They are not afraid of privacy, but they are not afraid of the company of people. They do not want to be saved, and they themselves do not try to save and radically change others. They don't need others to cope with their emotions, and they don't throw out emotions on others either. 2. They have a healthy self-esteem. Sometimes healthy high self-esteem is confused with narcissism, which is characterized by false self-confidence, disrespect for others, a tendency to manipulate others, the pursuit of signs of status, money, fame, power, etc. At the same time, a person does not overestimate, but also does not underestimate his self-esteem. He knows and accepts his strengths and weaknesses well. He knows how to evaluate himself, so he does not depend on other people's compliments and calmly reacts to criticism. 3. They are actively acting, not passively waiting. They realize that they are responsible for their own lives. If problems arise, they weigh all possible options and make a decision. A passive person in such situations usually feels an overabundance of stress or alienation. As a result, he is paralyzed and unable to act. Those who are used to reacting to what is happening usually do it automatically, instead of making deliberate decisions. People who are prone to passivity or automatic reactions most often do not realize at all what decisions they are making. Strong and active people understand their own emotions, thoughts, and motives well. They love life, despite the challenges it throws. 4. They think rationally and live in the present. They see reality as it is, in which they are helped by reason, logic, observations, and common sense. Irrational people, in turn, even if they reason logically, still come to conclusions that seem reasonable to them, but objectively turn out to be very short-sighted or simply absurd. Strong personalities are able to accept reality without deceiving themselves and without losing control over their emotions. They are in the present moment, not dwelling on the past and not worrying endlessly about the future. 5. They are emotionally literate and able to look inside themselves. Strong people understand their own emotions well. They know what they feel, why and what significance these experiences have in the context of their lives. They avoid the hustle and bustle. They are able to pause and think about everything that is happening in the inner and outer world. They make decisions based on their real feelings and on real circumstances. They are able to overcome old emotional traumas in order to grow and develop further. 6. They have developed empathy and the ability to be compassionate. Psychologically strong people understand themselves well, thanks to which they are able to understand others. Empathy does not necessarily mean that they always agree with others or approve of their actions. But they are well aware of how people feel, what they think about, and why they behave this way and not otherwise. Since they are aware of the experiences of other people, they are always ready to show sympathy to those who are really bad. 7. They are able to adapt. The ability to adapt is one of the most useful qualities in life. They are able to adapt quickly to changes and keep cool in an unexpected or unpleasant situation. Since unforeseen circumstances in life are inevitable, the ability to adapt gives a great boost of confidence. Therefore, strong people, although they allow for the development of events, do not worry too much about this, because they know that if anything happens, they will cope with everything. 8. They know what depends on them and what does not, and recognize this fact. Such people know that much does not depend on them. The desire to keep everything under control is a sign of chronic anxiety and insecurity. They are well aware of what they are able to control and what they are not. By ceasing to focus on what is beyond their control, they discover new opportunities for themselves and become happier. 9. They are focused on their lives. Instead of worrying about what is beyond their control, or making grandiose plans, strong personalities try to live as healthy and conscious a life as possible. They do not play social games and prefer not to communicate with those who are inclined to it. They do not follow any ideology, do not become fanatical followers of social, political, or philosophical ideas. They don't try to change everyone around them to suit their taste. They don't worry about what their neighbor thinks or what he's doing wrong. They do not follow others on social networks and do not start disputes and scandals with them. Instead, they actively improve their own lives, starting with themselves and their immediate environment and not showing aggression to others. 10. They admit that no one owes them anything. If they want something, they have to take the initiative themselves to achieve it. They accept the fact that life is not always fair and everyone's starting conditions are different. But it does not follow from this that it is possible to treat others unfairly. 11. They are ready to help others. At a fundamental level, everyone is responsible for their own lives. No one is obliged to help others if they don't want to. We don't owe anyone anything, just like no one owes us anything. Psychologically strong people care about others and are ready to help. But helping others for them is a manifestation of kindness, not a duty. They are ready to help, but at the same time they do not take responsibility for someone else's well-being, just as they do not shift responsibility for their lives to anyone. They are generous and caring, but they are not tormented by feelings of guilt and false responsibility. 12. They maintain healthy relationships. Healthy relationships are based on established boundaries. Strong personalities treat others fairly, that is, they love and respect those who deserve it, do not waste resources, time, money, energy on toxic people, and are not ready to tolerate their inappropriate behavior. At the same time, when faced with an unhealthy attitude or a toxic behavior, they consciously decide how best to react. Instead of succumbing to the influence of emotions or simply passively accept what happened, they regularly reevaluate their relationships with others and draw certain conclusions that help them maintain established boundaries. 13. They don't try to please everyone. Whoever you are, there will always be people who dislike you. You can't say that you like absolutely everyone, can you? In the same way, you can't be liked by everyone. Psychologically strong personalities do not treat anyone unfairly or aggressively, but at the same time they know that there will inevitably be those who will criticize or reject them. 14. They know how to say no. A strong person knows when to say no. He understands where his zone of emotional responsibility ends and the zone of responsibility of another begins. He can easily stand up for himself and has learned well that it is best to respond to border violations, aggression, or unfair treatment with a firm no. He does not feel guilt or shame in this regard, on the contrary, it gives him a sense of freedom. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel to develop with us.